All right, some questions. So first question is bulking, here's that word again, necessary for our gainers? Okay, well, first let's look at, should you eat a lot more if you want to grow muscle? Do you need a surplus? And more so, do you need a significant surplus? And the answer is, like always, it depends. For most people, the answer will be yes. Okay, the reason is that uh, food itself is anabolic. Okay, not just because it provides protein to build muscle and energy to drive your workouts, but because when you are eating, okay, especially carbs and protein, you do have hormonal and enzymatic changes in your body that helps you build more muscle. So, for example, you're going to have the release of insulin, which has a bad rap, but it's one of the most anabolic hormone and anti-catabolic hormone in the body. You're going to have an increase in IGF-1, which is even more anabolic than insulin. Uh, you're going to have an increase in mTOR activation. mTOR is uh, an enzyme that will potentiate or trigger increased protein synthesis, which can help you build more muscle, and so on and so forth. And it will decrease cortisol, especially if you had carbs in your meal. Carbs are the best anti-cortisol supplement you can find. So yeah, in a way, the more food you put in your mouth, the more of you there will be, because you need matter to build matter. But more importantly, you also have all these hormonal changes that make your body more anabolic. Now, the reason why I mentioned that it depends is that some people are more gifted naturally when it comes to the anabolic processes. Some people are born with a high, or not just born, but through lifestyle or whatever, or age, they have a higher natural level of testosterone, maybe a higher level of IGF-1, especially when you're younger and you have a healthy liver. Um, you might have more insulin sensitivity, so you respond more positively to the effect of insulin as far as muscle is concerned. You might even produce more growth hormone, for example. So if you are that person, or you might have lower myostatin expression, all of that makes it much easier for you to build muscle. So if you are genetically gifted to build muscle, you don't need to use food as an anabolic as much. Okay, even if you don't get the maximum anabolic response from the food intake, your body is still at an advantage when it comes to building muscle. So people who are like that, or people who are on anabolic drugs, like steroids, growth hormone, so on and so forth, uh, their physiology does not require to use food as a main anabolic. So these people can actually build muscle uh, without a large surplus. They still build more muscle if they're in a surplus, but they can still build more muscle being at maintenance, for example, as someone who's not anabolic gifted, even if they're on a slight surplus. Okay. Now, the less advantage you are from an anabolic perspective, so you could have more slow twitch fiber. You can have lower mTOR activation, which at the muscle site is typically related to fast twitch fibers ratio. So the more fast twitch fibers you have, typically when you're training, you respond with a higher mTOR response. So it's easier to build muscle. If you have higher testosterone level, a lower testosterone level, lower insulin sensitivity, lower IGF-1, which normally comes as you get older, lower GH, which also comes down as you're getting older. So maybe then, yes, you need more food to make your body more anabolic, to compensate for the lack of natural anabolism, which kind of sucks because, well, you know what? That type of physique is more likely also to store fat. But if you want to build muscle and you're not genetically gifted or pharmaceutically enhanced, yeah, you do need a surplus. Maybe not a huge surplus, but certainly the less gifted you are, the more of a surplus you need, mostly in the form of protein and carbs to get those anabolic responses.
If you enjoyed this information, hit that like button to let us know. Plus, if you never want to miss another T Nation video again, hit subscribe and that little notification bell right next to it.